Hello again. I'm going to do a little video demonstrating the camcorder I use for ghost hunting at night time. Now, this is an SDR-S26. It's a Panasonic. It's a quite good make. And basically my rig up consists of a C bracket, a floodlight, the camcorder itself of course, and a little illuminator. Now, first of all, the beauty of having a C bracket means that when you're filming, you're going to get a little bit extra stabilisation. So if you're holding it with your hand, just handheld, you're going to get a little bit, well, quite a lot actually, of camera shake. And this C bracket can alleviate some of that shake that you get. As for the floodlight itself, that's a bonus for when you're outdoors, because you're going to get more area lit up in your scenery rather than just the object that's in front of the camera, so yourself or somebody else or what you're filming, rather than just it focusing on that one and the illuminator just bringing out that. With the floodlight you're going to get more scenery behind you lit up. The illuminator on its own is good enough as well, especially if you're just starting out, but I would recommend having a floodlight later on for locations such as when you're outdoors in a woodland or in an open space, or even quite a large room that you might be investigating in. So it's quite a good idea to have that. I mean, this is my rig up and I'm quite happy with this. Another bonus of having a C bracket is that it's comfortable to hold. So, and sometimes when I'm going around filming, I'll hold it like that on my shoulder, and it kind of acts like a sort of a cheap alternative to these expensive shoulder camera holders. This is sort of, it's just a lot more comfortable to film with having this C bracket, and plus it houses all your equipment nice and safe, so it's comfortable to carry around on the night. Now, I'll do a close-up video just demonstrating some of the buttons on it and how it works, and I'll also show you some past footage highlighting how it's worked for me. Right, the beauty of my Panasonic SDR-26 is that it has a 70 times zoom lens on it, so that's really good. If you're, say, like when I was investigating the Kelvedon Hatch nuclear bunker in Essex, in that tunnel there, that's a really long tunnel, and we were standing on one end, and physically with our eyes we could see what looked like a figure standing right at the end. Now with my camcorder I was able to zoom all the way in to the end of the tunnel, so that enabled us to see, without walking all the way there, what was actually there.
Look, there. Can you see that? Tall and dark.
Yeah.
With a face.
Yeah.
Was there a mannequin in there?
I don't know what that is.
No, I don't. I'm not picking anything up on camera. I don't think I am anyway.
It wasn't a figure, it was just a case of some objects looking like a figure. Of course we walked there and had a look as well, just to debunk it properly, but that is one of the beauties of that camera. I've also tried doing a zoom up of the moon at night, which is pretty good. You can see some good details of the moon. However, if you want to take photographs of the moon with it, it's not brilliant, because when you press the button you get a shake, and because it's zoomed in that far, you're going to get that shake when you take a photograph, unless you've housed it on a little tripod and you've got an external button, remote button to press to take a photograph. But yeah, but as for ghost hunting with it, it's a brilliant little camera. I would recommend it. I'd recommend it if you're just starting out. I'd even recommend it if you're not just starting out and you're further down the field and you just want some good nighttime footage. Another thing about a full spectrum camera is that it has the capability to see everything in the full spectrum, in the full colour spectrum. So our eyes alone cannot see everything that is visible in the full colour spectrum, whereas a full spectrum camera? Can, of course. So that is one of the bonuses of having one of these cameras as well. You can use it in the daytime as well. You can get extra lenses to fit on the front. You can get a UV lens, or you can just use it as is, and that will pick up all the visible colours in the spectrum. So if there's something there and you can't see it with your own eyes, there's a good possibility the camera is going to pick it up. So yeah, now we'll get down to the nitty gritty business and a close up of the buttons and how it works. Right, this is the camera itself, okay? It's Panasonic SDR-S26. It's got an optical zoom of 70 times, which is really good, and it takes an SD card, which is really quite a perk. I would definitely recommend having a camera which takes SD cards, because it's so much easier, okay? Because all you've got to do is basically plop it in here. Okay, plop it in, record on the night, and when you get home, take it out, put it in your computer, transfer it across, and you can go from there. So it's nice and easy. You've got the mic on the front. Okay, it's quite a good mic as well. You've got your little cover here. Okay. So open and close. I'd recommend having that closed at all times unless you're filming, of course. You've got your little if you're doing handheld recording, that's nice and comfortable to hold, easy to use. On the top, okay, you've got your zoom, right? And that's a really nice smooth action zoom as well. So one thing I would say with this is when you first start out, okay, you've opened up your screen, you've gone into recording mode, okay, and it turns on. Now, open, right? Sometimes you'll turn it on, right? And you won't be able to see anything. And you're thinking, oh my God, my camera's broke, it's not working, what's going on? Okay, that's some problems I had with it at the start. I was thinking, oh my God, there's something wrong with it. Basically, what had happened is I'd got this full zoom on, and all you need to do is just make sure it's fully zoomed out, okay? Right, like so. Okay, right. The control functions, right, you've got your little round button here, and it's really easy to use, very basic. Okay, it's switched off at the moment. You just press that in to turn it. All right, once you've pressed that in and you're on your things, you can turn it easily. Once it's off, okay, it's locked, you can't turn it, so you have to press that little button, nice and simple, and turn it to the function you want to use. Now the first function on the camera is the record mode here. Okay, and basically what that does is it shows you your screen on your LCD screen and what you're recording. And to start recording, you just basically press the button on. You'll get a little red light display here that shows you that you're recording, and then off. Okay, and that pauses it, and that will be your first frame of record. Okay, next we've got the little green button here, and that is your playback function. So any clips you've just recorded, go to that. On your LCD screen, it will show it as little square clips, okay? And each one is each little clip that you've recorded. And to scroll through there, you just use this button here, okay? And you can scroll through, like so. And if you press it in, it will play it, okay? Nice and straightforward. Press the button in and you've got this little display that comes up, and you can basically fast forward. If you hold it down, that'll fast forward through your footage, then let go, press it up and that will play it, okay? You can press it up and that'll pause it, again up and that'll play it,
go to this button here, hold it down, and that's going to reverse it, okay? And then again, that'll keep reversing until you tell it what to do. So go back to play, and that will play it. Now, one thing with this, when you're watching back your footage, is if you press it once, it'll go to your next clip, okay? That'll just go to your next clip on your camcorder, basically. And that's that. So it's nice and easy to use, and it's very easy to get the hang of. I'll carry on showing you this button first, okay, your little round dial. After this playback function, you've got another record function, but what this one does is it takes still photographs, all right? So that'll enable you to take a still photograph of what you're looking at. All right. And then when you want to watch them back, you go to the little green play button, and there they are. Click on them to view them, and you can scroll through your pictures you've took. All right. So that's that. Nice and simple, straightforward, just a simple on-off button here. And it's very, very friendly and easy to use. So now we'll go back into the play mode, okay? And we'll get our clips up. And we'll go into the menu button. If you press menu, you're going to get... Sorry, it's kind of difficult trying to get this focused. Right. And it's a basic menu, okay? You've got your edit scene button. So if you click on that, what that does is you can lock it, which I don't ever bother with. I don't ever go into this, or you can delete it, okay? I never use that. Next, you've got your setup. Can't see if you can see that or not. And basically what that is it's got all your settings in it, of course. Right, so resume play, I have that set to off. Display on. That's basically gonna give you all your functions on your LCD screen here and let you see what you're doing. Date, time, obviously that's your date and time stamp, so you want to go into that and set that all up with the right date and everything. Date format, that's just basically telling you what format you want it to display on your screen. So you've got your, hold on, year, month, date, year, day, month, year. Okay, I have mine set to day, month, year. And then you've got your format card, which is basically where you go. When you put your SD card in it, you just basically can format it to the camcorder. And that's it. Quite straightforward, really. Now you press menu to go back again, and that's it. Now, when it comes to your date and time setup, okay, go back into that. You can have your date and time stamp on to appear on your footage that you're taking at the time, okay? So when you play back your footage, you're going to have a time stamp and a date stamp. Now, I always have mine set to off for the simple reason that when I play my footage back, I don't want to be seeing that on the screen. And what I can do is, in post-editing, if you've got your date and your time set correctly already anyway in here, which is really important, you can then, in post-editing, you can go to the properties of the clip and it will tell you what time you started filming that clip. Okay, and then you can work out from then on at what time you might have captured something interesting and so on and so forth, depending on how far you are into that clip. And that's that, basically. So that's the LCD screen. You've got your battery power mode here. Now that's something you have to keep an eye on when you're filming on the night. And it's always handy to have spare batteries because sometimes they do drain very, very quickly, especially if you're at an active location. And that's that, really. Okay, on the side of the camera. Now, I can't see how clearly you can see that. You've got your functions here, okay? You've got a delete button there. That's for deleting your clips. And you can have it set to autofocus on manual focus. Now, I strongly recommend having it on autofocus for the simple fact that you're using this camcorder to go out there and capture ghosts, all right? And you don't want to be worrying about manually focusing it yourself on the night. So let the camcorder do that for you. It will make your life a lot easier, especially when you come back to watch it, because you don't want to come back and watch blooming blurry out of focus footage, because it's quite disappointing, really. And the thing is with that as well, if you are getting blurry footage, you're not really going to capture anything credible, are you? So that's that, really. It's a very little light camera, but it does the job, and it's a good price as well. So this is what I use, and it's a good camera for when you're first starting out, and it's also a good camera when you're not. I mean, I've been doing this for quite a while now. Like I said, I've had this for 1.5 years. It hasn't let me down, and it does what I need it to do, basically. So yeah, that's that.
Right, so that's my demonstration of my ghost hunting camera and some basics on how it works. If you can hear that annoying scratching and nibbling and everything in the background again, it's the Dagoo. So please excuse the friendly little Dagoo called Jerry. Hopefully this demonstration has helped you a little bit if you're in the process of looking for a night vision camcorder. It's quite a basic demonstration of the camcorder itself. I'm not a wizard with things like this, but like I said, this is how I use it. It is easy to use. There is a white balance function on the camera which needs to be set. Usually it will come and you'll never have to adjust that, but when mine first came I did have to adjust that, and it took a little while to understand what that was and how to correct it. But if you link to Infraready, that's INFRAREADY, if you go to that YouTube channel, there will be a tutorial on there on how to set the white balance, and it's quite straightforward from then on. Thank you for watching. I hope it's helped. Please do comment on the video if you found it helpful, and until the next, look out for my future videos. I'll be showing some more equipment. I'll be showing some of my interesting footage where I've captured something with my camcorder, or what could be something anyway, as well as lots of other things. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.